Is there some sort of pattern that you see when people are about to die? Say, for example, how they behave. So, from like to give you one example, is at least from my observation, if someone has, I don't know, some sort of disease or illness that is absolutely fatal, they have weeks left. It's downhill, but then towards the last 1 or 2 weeks, it goes back up. And they're hungry again, they talk well, speak well, cognitives all on point, and then they pass. Right? That's one example of a pattern that I have seen at least.
Really?
They
what?
Yeah.
healthy last 2 weeks and then
I wouldn't say healthy, but they things
Kinda
pick back up again. Yeah. And then they sort of have that opportunity to say whatever they want to say. Say even our grandfather who had, I think, some degree of Alzheimer's, he couldn't remember anything. I think in his final 1 or 2 weeks, that's what I saw.
Really?
Yeah. He remembered more, definitely like way sharper than he was like a month ago, and then he passed out.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I really don't
So
remember.
are there other patterns that you've seen?
I guess as a nurse, I don't see them that long in that sense, but family members do say, they seen this, the subtle change, I mean, like for me, my dad, he came in for his morning appointment, for his usual cardiac checkup. He had just gone through stenting. And then for that day, he wanted to have mee goreng and orange juice. And then he tells me, because I was afternoon shift, and then he says, you don't ever be late for work, always be punctual for your work. Do your work, you're 100%. It's very into that. And then he went home with mom, and I went to work. And what happened after that is that then he was supposed to do his stress test, so he told mom, okay, let's start walking, and then he had gone a few steps, and then he started having pain, and then mom's like, shall I call, because I was working in ICU at that time, shall I call, Sunita? And then he's like, okay, and then he came. By the time he reached home, he just said she was wondering what to do, and he just slumped. So, but when we think back,
It's like he knew he was gonna.
when we think back, that would be, I guess, family members really
Can
feeling
kinda
that
witness
and
that.
seeing that. Somehow, I guess our psychology compensates in a way, and then we see things differently,
Right.
or more, But as a nurse, I mean, I depend a lot on looking at the monitor. I depend a lot on looking at
information that's given to
parameters
you.
and more on that kind of data.
I see.
Yeah. But it is a tough question. It is a very tough question that I have had difficulty answering. When the patient says, am I going to die? It's difficult. That's why one part of nursing that I've never ventured is pediatric oncology. Children with cancer.
children.
Yeah, I can't. I know my capabilities that I would not be able to, function effectively in that kind of environment.
You're so innocent.
Yeah.
You don't know
How
what's
do you even
happening.
tell a child that he
Gonna
doesn't
die.
have long to live?
Yeah, but they come up with very interesting questions, but I didn't venture into that area. So I don't really see it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I have heard about it as
I
you
see.
have, and I guess when family members, they will say, they did this or they did something different.
That's when you start to notice only at the end.
Yeah. So when we think back, my dad suddenly wanted orange juice and he wanted this, and then they had tea time together. That was the first time he said, "Come, let's go and have something together," So, yeah.
That was you
Yeah.
think that it's good news because everything is picking up that type of
Yeah, you kind of think, but yeah, but as a nurse,
Hard to see in patients.
sometimes I'm there before the family members are there.
Right.
So you were the last person they could have seen.
Sometimes it's like that. Yeah. So then, it's actually breaking difficult news. Is because you don't know when. Sometimes it can take longer. Because the patient still has a lot of medication within them, you see, like dopamine or adrenaline drugs that we give to assist life.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's faster. So family members, you have the nurse has to be very, very sensitive and be able to manage that family members, because it's
Right.
tiring.
Yeah.
It's very tiring. And I'm always, if mom says, someone's going to pass away in the hospital, let's go and visit. I don't. Because the caregivers are going through a lot.